Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dancing Oracle with me, Najia. I'm a psychic medium. I'm also a channel as well, but I don't do a lot of channeling on this channel. But it is something that does come across in my readings at times. So, anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about some new things that are happening based on what you want, what my audience wants, and how I've been able to adapt and meet your needs. So, one thing I've noticed a lot is there's a lot of comments about you wanting to learn psychic development or get in tune with your own gifts. And I'm seeing that throughout many of my videos, a lot of in-depth questions in the comments. And I've tried to redirect uh, that to when I do the live stream. So lately, I've been doing a lot of public live streams where I can answer your questions in real time when you go into the chat and post your question. And then I can verbally answer your questions. So I'm as much as I want to, I'm unable to go in depth and type out intensive answers to your questions in the comments because comments are really for comments. What you like about the channel, what you want more of. Um, is the sound quality okay in my video so I can make adjustments to the sound? Like you saw me do earlier, I was trying to click on a certain button that opens up the sound a bit more. And I can do that if you let me know. Things like that. Comments are for comments. And I love hearing your comments. But when it comes to how do I do this, how do I do that, as far as psychic skills, and what does this mean when I keep seeing like 1111, things like that, I really have to be able to answer that in a video. That would be one way. So I've been attending to that in my live stream. But now, because not everyone tunes into the live streams, because they're a whole different format. They're they're suddenly, when I have some time, I go on a hike to clear my energy, like a walk. I'm trying to rebuild my health right now after heart surgery and trying to fit things in as I cut the number of long stream videos down on this end. I can add some more live streams because they don't involve the great production work that this, not that there's a whole lot in this, but it's more work. So I'm also, for those who watch the long form videos like this, I've created a spot where you can post all your questions in one spot where I can find them. All right. So I'm going to show you. Let me just get my glasses on so I can see. So if you're watching YouTube from your phone, like a lot of times people like me, I listen to YouTube on my phone while I'm cooking, while I'm eating. I have my phone and I pull up YouTube while I'm in the kitchen. And if you go on YouTube, you'll see my channel, right? And you come to my channel, you click anywhere that has the Dancing Oracle, and you come up to my page right here. Now, all along here, sorry about the lighting ring, there's a little slider here on your phone, okay? And one of them, if you go over to the word posts, see the word post. Oh no, okay. It just pulled up a video by accident. My finger was too big. Okay, so see the word post? Click on post. That takes you to my community page. All right. Now, I just made a post on my community page today about psychic development and posting your questions here. So what can happen is I'm going to try to do this at least every other week. I'd like to do it every week if there's enough interest. I would. Because I like teaching psychic development. But you know why I like teaching it? Because I know it's needed. I know it's my, I really feel a calling for this. I'm a teacher, I'm a belly dance teacher, and I used to teach art. I'm an artist, and I love empowering you through my teaching, right? Because when you know how to do something, you can get the answers you're seeking, right? Although, if you want a private consultation with me, I'm there for you. I'm still doing private consultations. I did have to slow down, but I'm still doing them. All right, so you're going to post your questions here this week. You're going to look for a picture of me at any point, and it's going to say psychic development, and it's going to tell you what to do. And you just post your questions in the comments here on the community page, which is just right here on the community page. And it used to be called community. Now it's called posts, Posts. All right, so that's one place. All right, that's one place you can learn to develop all the different. Um, I'm hoping for questions about all the different clairs, which I have. I have many clairs, and I'm happy to share how I honed my skills. These were natural skills to me, but I learned what works and what I need to do to make them grow and get better at them. And I want to do the same thing with you. So it's just like, I'll talk about that. Let me just talk about more things. I'll tell you what else I'm doing. So the other thing I did, and some of you know, I have psychic development workshops, right? So if you go to my website, and they're really low cost. Right now, they're only $50 for a workshop on Zoom, and there'll be a recording available. And if you don't want to be on camera, you don't have to be. You just turn the video camera off, but you'll still have a recording and of my teaching method. But you know what's really good about my Zoom workshops is you get to interact with me and really ask your questions. If you're not clear about something I'm saying, you just raise your hand, unmute yourself, and ask a question. It's that simple. And that's what I'm here for. I like doing small groups in my Zoom so that I can connect with you. So the cost, depending on the length of the workshop, will be somewhere in the $50 to $80 range if it's a longer workshop. But we usually do 90 minutes and they're only 50. All right. And I know in November 15th or 16th, that Sunday in November, from 7 to 9 Eastern, I'm doing a clairaudient workshop. Now, anytime you take a workshop with me or schedule a reading, even a private consultation with me, you have to at least allow 1 week because the website, it won't let you self-book less than a week in advance. If you need, for any reason, to try to get into something, you have to email me and hope you'll reach me because I got like thousands of emails because I get a lot of spam. And so don't delay. Plus, I had put a cap on it. All right. And the other thing I just did today, I opened up low cost one-on-one private sessions for psychic development. I have slots as little as 25 minutes, or if you want like a full, almost an hour, 55 minutes. I just have to leave 5 minutes in between each appointment to shift gears and maybe, run to the restroom, whatever, cleanse myself before the next person. So all of that should be there to help you. And as always, we have the free option. Always, right? The free option is I have a divine design and intuition playlist right here on YouTube. So there's a number of playlists. We'll go back to my channel page, right? The page on my channel. And the same area on my channel where we get the tabs across here, there's one called playlists, right? And these are all the different playlists I have, you know? I started developing one for soulmate because I was doing a lot of love readings around Valentine's Day last year. But there's a whole why, I don't, live stream ones, there's collaborations and interviews with other intuitives as well. And you have to scroll down a bit sometimes to get to it. Divine design and intuition. All right. So right there's a lot of information, There's a lot of information. Like I did whole videos on seeing auras, how you could see the auras around people, the energy fields, right? I had methods for that. And I had at least two or three on clairaudience psychic hearing, teaching you how to do that. Um, I talked about the sacred geometry in the air, all the crystalline patterns that translate into blocks of thought, and they give messages for people. And and I'll make some other videos on the different clairs in there. But right now, if you can't fit in a workshop, they're pretty low cost and affordable. But if you can't fit one in, and if you can't do a one-on-one, um, I do have the one-on-ones via phone. They're more affordable that way. And then I have a Zoom option as well. And a lot of times people, when I'm doing the personal psychic readings, psychic mediumship readings for people, they would ask me questions about their gifts, premonitions they got. They think they're hearing from a loved one from beyond, different signs. And I charge a lot less as a teacher than I do to raise my energy and stretch it to other dimensions. It's a lot easier for me to be a teacher than it is to be a medium. So I charge half the price. So, just about half the price. So I keep it really affordable. And I hope that you will take advantage of some of these and I'll get to see you grow in your skill set. And if you can't take any of the workshops, I would I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching the intuition videos, even if I can't get into like typing out a lot, I really can't. I got some hand injuries. I put red light therapy on my hands every week. I see a doctor about it. I'm trying to avoid another surgery. And I just am busy. I'm just busy and I can't do everything. I've come to the conclusion I can't do everything. My health suffers if I do. So I've I've made some categories to help everyone. And so I'd love to hear from you in that section. If you want to ask a question, please go to the post section on my channel page. And if you have a comment and you're watching my videos on psychic development, on intuition and divine design, anything that will spark something, they're not formal classes in my playlist, but they're related to getting that knowledge. Um, you can I'd love to hear from you in the comments if they're helping and if you're using the methods to develop your own intuition. I will definitely read every comment. I don't hire anyone like a lot of a lot of, YouTubers, because they're overwhelmed with comments, they hire someone to read them and kind of just get the general essence of them and relay it to that person. But I really like reading each and every comment throughout my day, all day long. I'm reading the comments. I'm putting a little heart emoji so you know I read it. If for some reason you don't see that, it's nothing against you. It means somehow I didn't see it. Like sometimes YouTube hides it for a while. Sometimes I don't see things for a couple weeks, and then I finally do that. And I do try to answer, or even with a couple emojis or smiley faces to the members, because I really appreciate the members' support of keeping this channel going, financial support from each of you. I appreciate that. So I do try to type something in there, although I can't answer a whole paragraph every time. So I hope that helps everybody. I hope going forward, um, that you're into the psychic development as much as me, because I see a lot in the comments. And I'll still be bringing on people for collaborations. I want to do more. I was just on a wonderful collaboration today with a wonderful gentleman. Um, he's out in Las Vegas in the desert, but he's originally from down under. You can hear from his accent, and his channel is called The Way. And we just recorded that today. He recorded me, an in-depth conversation all about energy, about getting into your power and your energy and developing your gifts. So I was really thrilled to talk about that today. And that he said will air in about 2 weeks to 4 weeks. So he doesn't post right away. A lot of people take about a month for the videos to air. A lot of people's collaborations I was on, like Life After Life and NDE or Jeff Mara, they all take about 2 to 4 weeks to post their videos. And then Linda G, she's the only one that posts right away because, she has her team, her family team to help her. And so, and plus hers are of a timely manner, political tarot, so world affairs, things like that. She has to post them the same day. Yeah, so love to hear from you. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe for free. And if you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee or hit the join button, become a channel member, get a few perks, and take care. Have a blessed week, everybody. Bye.